Thanks to EA for inviting me to this early access opportunity. This video isn't sponsored, they just sent me an early copy of the pack.
This footage is not final software and it may change.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another speed build. I haven't done one of these in a couple years, but I had early access to The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature for the past 2 weeks, so I think this is cause for celebration and for perhaps a return to my speed building ways. So for this house, I wanted to build a cute little hobbit hole. I kind of struggled a bit with how exactly to make a hobbit house. Not gonna lie, I looked to Rochella for tutorial, so thank you. When I googled hobbit house, how to build Sims 4, Rochella's TikTok came up. So thank you, Rochella. It is much appreciated. So I used terrain tools. Me, #1 terrain tools denier. I find them really difficult to use and I hate how they look from the world map, but I had to use terrain tools. Yes, it was a huge pain in my butt when I went to landscape. Seriously, builders who use terrain tools, I feel are some of the most powerful among us. I think they're stronger than any US Marine. Like, look at this. I keep making nipples on the ground. What's going on? I'm sorry, I hope I don't get demonetized for that. But you can see some of the gorgeous build buy assets already. That front door is gorgeous. Even though if you watched my review or my gameplay, wait, I just bulldozed it. I'm sorry, I did not see that coming. I have forgotten what I've done. That jump scared me so bad. But don't worry, we get pretty much back to a very similar place. It just works a little bit better. I don't remember the specifics. I built this 2 weeks ago. This build was pretty much the first thing I did with the pack besides making my Sims for my Let's Play, because I used this build in said Let's Play. But this voiceover is the second to last thing I am recording before the embargo lifts for this early access period. So it has been a while, needless to say, and I remember what the house ends up looking like, but I don't remember how I got there, I've got to say. All that I have left to record after this is my review, and I'm really excited about it. I can't talk about any of this on Twitch at all, and I usually am a huge yapper on stream, so I'm just going to yap to you instead. But I've been working pretty much all day on my review script. Oh, that's my cat! Hi, cat! Oh, Maven! You want to say hi to voiceover? Not gonna lie, I thought my cat might want to say hi to you. She does not, I am sorry to say. You've been rejected. She just wanted to say hi to me, her favorite. But I am so excited to make a review of a pack. I've never done one before, but I figure I have early access this time. I should make the most of it and try and make some content out of it. And it's kind of a good test run to see if making content specifically for YouTube, making and editing videos, is a good use of my time, or if I should keep focusing on repurposing Twitch uploads and just kind of uploading unedited VODs to YouTube. So we'll see how this content does. And if it does good, maybe you'll be seeing more of it. It got really weird because I played so much Enchanted by Nature over the past couple weeks. For a while there, I was like doing more gameplay recording than I was streaming. And when I got into The Sims on stream, when I was playing my Very Veggie Challenge, episode 2 of that Legacy Challenge, I kept thinking to myself, it is so weird that people are here watching me right now. Like, I can't edit anything. If I say something silly, that's just there permanently, which was such a jarring feeling to have because I've been streaming for 5 years and I don't do very many edited YouTube videos. I never have. Oh, hi, cat. Hi, what is it? She's got things to say. Maven, mommy's filming. Mommy's filming. Oh my god! Special guest star! Y'all, this is my first YouTube collab. Wait a minute. I do Among Us once a month. Never mind. Never mind. It was really weird to feel that way about streaming because normally I feel really weird filming, and I'm still super not used to filming. I find it a lot harder to yap when I don't have chat to build off of. Basically, I lean on chat. I'm actually so glad Maven is sitting with us. She is adorable. I had to use a lot of debug landscaping because low-key, I was gonna say it was because I was running out of money, but I haven't even furnished this place yet. It was just because all the landscaping sucked. And I probably also was prepared to run out of money because this is a starter home. But the debug landscaping in this pack is really cute. I love all the purple flowers. I had a really good time. Once we get a better build buy update for this pack, which obviously I didn't have because I'm playing in early access, I'm gonna be unstoppable, y'all. These purple flowers are everything. The little mushrooms are everything. Look at this log, the barrel. Did someone say barrel core? If you are from my Animal Crossing New Horizons days, you know what that means. Oh my gosh, y'all. That fairy house, so expensive. At first I was like, why is this so expensive? But after I've played with the pack for a while, I realized like you can have a fairy sim pretty much just live in the fairy house. If you have a toilet for them and the fairy house, that's like all they need. They can get fun, hygiene, sleep, and emotional energy restored in that thing. Wild. Okay, you can see I'm really struggling with the terrain manipulation here. Did I give up on the terrain manipulation? Wait a minute. I really am weak. I really am. But what can I say? My lots are flat. I'm just so bad at using terrain tools. I was so excited for them too. I just trying to place things on slopes. Nope. That's what I gotta say. Nope. I really like this Hobbit hole Enchanted style. You can see I'm really going through debug right now, having a grand time. There's lots of fun things to explore, most of which would not work in a build for some humble little fairies. But I found landscaping this lot really fun once I got the style that I was going for, and I had a really good time. I think I end up deleting this porch as well on the right-hand side of the house. It took me a while to figure out what I needed from this house, okay? I was struggling. I've never built a house like this at all, but I think it turned out quite nice. I think it turned out quite nice. I also had to do a lot of revamping of the furnishing after my first pass at trying to furnish it because I reloaded my game and I realized what I had done was kind of ugly. So that's not ideal. I love what I did with the little dormers though. I think they're so cute. And it's fun to put plants on the roof. It is a bit hard, I think, to make them look natural, but it is fun nonetheless. It does make alt placing plants on the trellises, I think. It made that a bit difficult for me. I kept getting a little error message pop up that said I can't have plants intersect with my roof. What is even the point of move objects? What's even the point anymore? Oh, for a second, you could see the new glass walls that came in the base game update for this pack. There are some glass walls that are also exclusive to Enchanted by Nature, so I think I might have just put those on for just a second. I need to do a lot more building with this pack. I need to do more building so bad, because I did the cute little rustic hobbit hole style house. I have not done the fun enchanted house. I have not done a fun, super enchanted, fancy house, and I want to do one so bad. So bad, I tell you. So I think I end up making this porch be the sort of side porch, and I get rid of the other one, which is unfortunate because I spent a lot of time on the other one. But alas, the things we do for beauty. It's feeling a little bit warm in my office. I might need to go and turn the AC up a little bit or down. You know what? You get what I mean. Summer, not ideal. I know there's heat waves in a lot of places right now, or maybe they're done already. But if there are still heat waves going on, which let's be real, climate change probably are, please be safe. And I hope you stay refreshed, stay hydrated. It's important. Oh, also some other things that came in this pack. This didn't necessarily come in this pack, but something that is unlocked now is the magic tree portal thing that came in the base game, but has always been locked to debug, which is really exciting. And there's also an item you can get from doing fables that lets you travel to Sylvan Glade and Forgotten Grotto. No more level 10 handiness skill needed, baby! Just get a fairy! That was my reward for like the first fable I ever did, which was iconic. You can fact check me on that. I don't remember if that is 100% correct, but that's what it felt like. It was one of my early fables. It was in my gameplay video, so you can see. Finally, we are getting into... Okay, never mind. I just clickbaited myself. I was gonna say we're finally getting into doing the floor plan, but we're back outside. We're back outside. What on earth could I possibly be doing? Landscaping the back of the house? This is my least favorite thing to do in The Sims. What do I care what the back of the house looks like? Just throw some plants there. Come on. Okay, y'all, that took me way too long, so I cut most of landscaping the back out. You can see kind of what we're left with. We're nearly done. I added some windows as well and some doors. I don't remember if those were there before or not, but that's fine. You can see the roof shenanigans are a little bit weird with the Hobbit house, but basically just ignore it and we'll be fine. It was a little bit annoying. Honestly, in my gameplay, I barely noticed it. I play with exterior walls up most of the time anyways, so it wasn't really an issue for me. This house is quite small. and I have 3 Sims, so it was a bit of a challenge figuring out a floor plan that would fit everything I needed. But honestly, I didn't realize how much fairies could survive just off of those fairy houses. Like, I gave my 2 fairies a whole big bedroom, and my other Sim was doing the natural living skill, so she got her own bedroom too, but she was sleeping on the ground outside most of the time. So really, if you have fairies or a natural living skill Sim, like, you need a kitchen for a little bit before your Sim can begin to really survive off of frogs and forage. By the end of my Let's Play, I was barely using this kitchen at all. I deleted the fridge. In fact, I think I deleted most of the kitchen and replaced it with apothecary storage and a couple counters. So that just shows you how much you need a kitchen in this pack, which it makes sense why they didn't include kitchen appliances, but I still wish they would have, because look at what these fridges look like next to the super cute rustic cabinets. It looks ridiculous. Whatever. No kitchen appliances for us. These mushroom shelves, though, the whimsy, they're so cute. They also come in some plain cream and white swatches and a brown swatch too, as well as some other bold colors, which I think will make them maybe usable in everyday builds. Probably not everyday builds, but in a kid's room or something, I think they could be super cute. I fiddle with this big fridge for a while. Spoiler alert, I end up going with the mini fridge. It's cheaper and it's kind of ugly, but whatever. I splurged on this bathroom big time. When I go back and decide all my furniture in the main area was ugly, I fear the niceties of this bathroom one of the first to go. I ran out of money hard. Because, you know, I thought my Sims needed a fully functional house. Silly me. I do think it's kind of fun that they don't necessarily need all of your everyday amenities, because your Sims can literally sleep on the ground or sleep in a fairy house, depending on if they're a nature nerd or a fairy, or both, I guess. This is seriously the Rags to Riches pack, and I think fairies are gonna be really good for Rags to Riches, because let's think about what you need. As a fairy, you need a bathroom, a shower, or a sink even, or just a fairy house, maybe a bed. But again, you could just get a fairy house. I think they're 500 simoleons, and you can use that. And that takes care of all of your needs except for bladder. So you just need a pea bush and a fairy house, and you're fine. I am so excited to play Rags to Riches with this pack. Seriously, game changing. It's gonna be so fun. Would you stay in a hobbit hole? I think I would love to spend a weekend in a little hobbit hole. Like, can you imagine how magical it would feel? I just wish I was a fairy. I am so jealous of my Sims in this pack. I want to be you. Let me be a fairy. What did I do to deserve this? Just let me be a fairy princess. It's my calling. You can see I was kind of trying to figure out what wallpapers to mix and match with the natural rustic looking wallpapers. I don't remember what I went for. I think I stick with that nice little blue color. That is kind of a difficulty I find a lot of the time. With these super thematic wallpapers, they end up being a little bit hard to mix with the other wallpapers that exist in the game. You can see here I'm really struggling with space and with wallpaper, but I'm pleased with how the yellow bedroom ends up turning out. It'll just take us a little while to get there. That's okay. Good things come to those who wait. I also apologize if the timing is off with my voiceover, and if you don't see what I'm working on right now as I'm commenting. It shouldn't be too off. I'm trying to keep it pretty synced up, but I apologize. I am not the most experienced speed builder, so I don't have the best sense of timing, unfortunately. So I really appreciate your patience. Oh, this chair. Not these chairs, although the dining chairs are nice, but the little armchair, gorgeous. I wasn't able to use the full-sized couch from this pack in this build, but I think it is beautiful. I didn't even really get a good look at it while I was looking at build and buy for this build specifically, because it was never a possibility really that I was going to be able to fit a full-sized couch in this house. You can see I have 1,000 simoleons, and I am trying so hard to figure out what I can afford and what I need to get rid of. It was difficult. I found making a starter home really difficult. I had to downgrade a lot of my items to be crappy base game items, unfortunately, because I just didn't have any money. In fact, I do not remember how I ended up affording all of the furnishings for this house, because I added a lot compared to what I have right now, and I'm not even done. You know what I did? I downgraded decorated the lights really hard. I think all of these lights that I have right now, I end up making them paper lanterns or super subtle saucer light, I believe. Also, no TV. Come on, fairies don't need a TV. Let's be real. They can just go party in the fairy house. I like layering these mossy rugs under the bed. I think that ended up really cute. I honestly had trouble using the leafy rugs because there weren't that many small-ish rugs for me to use in the pack. For some reason, I'm saying for some reason, because the house I built is tiny, the big area rug that came with the pack, I didn't get to use, unfortunately, and I wish that I did. I wish I was able to use it because I think it has some really fun swatches, but unfortunately, 'twas not the case. You can see bathroom fun is going away. I had to give them a normal toilet, which is truly regrettable. Who wouldn't want to poo with wood beneath your legs? I would not want to do that. I've got to be completely honest with you here, chat. Hi, Maven. Maven, oh my gosh, she's here to watch my speed build. She's my biggest fan. I love having a cat. Seriously, you get a cat and it becomes your whole personality. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, quite frankly. So I don't see an issue. Something that always annoys me is when the path doesn't come all the way out to the lot, but at least there isn't a path that is unmatchable right on the edge of the lot. So it could be worse. I just kind of faded off the terrain paint into nothing, and you know, we're in the middle of the woods, so it's rustic, it's fine, it's good. The apothecary table really set me back here. You can see I'm at 73 simoleons, and I'm not done. We're not done. I don't even have a trash can yet, y'all. I almost forgot to put a trash can, which is incredibly par for the course, let's be honest. So this little bedroom is Briar, my nature Sims room. She's not a fairy, she's just a person. And I think it turns out really cute, actually. This is definitely my favorite of the two bedrooms. The other one, I just really had trouble finding a bed that I liked because I could not afford the nice fairy bed, unfortunately. I'm so excited to build with this pack with no budget. Like, I need it. I need it immediately. Oh, do I have to put an ugly bed here? I don't think I do. I think I keep the bed. I think I keep this bed. Like, look at this desk clutter. Not desk. It's a night table, Miv. Come on, get with it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I apologize for my watermark bouncing around on the screen. EA put that there since it's an early copy of the pack because this content is under embargo for you know, a while. Like I said, I've had access to the pack for 2 weeks, and I'm not able to post about it for another few days. So I am so excited to yap about fairies constantly. You will definitely hear a lot of my thoughts in my review, so I don't want to spoil too much, but, well, it's not spoiling. The review's already going to be posted when this is up, I think. Hopefully, if all goes to plan. But if you want to hear my thoughts about fairies, go ahead, check out my review. I'll link it. As you can see, I ended up going with a different bed in that main bedroom, and I think the barrel trash can looks really cute in here. Like, how well does it work? I sized it down, but it still should be functional. But the barrel, it was perfect. I also forgot to put an outdoor trash can, so kind of have to fix that right now. I do love how the landscaping turned out, and this little trash nook is really cute. How fun. There's a lot of fun plant items that came in this pack. I mean, obviously we got house plants, which I did manage to kill, even in The Sims. So go Miv. And obviously these mushroom shelves are planty. Well, mushrooms aren't plants. They're fungi, but they have plant vibes, plant adjacent. And as well as the ivy on the exterior, I used a good amount of it. Unfortunately, there aren't a ton of landscaping, like regular non-debug landscaping that came with the pack. I wish there were more options in that department, but at least we got a lot of fun ivy. I like how I layered the leaf rugs here. I thought that ended up making a nice area rug for our living room. I think it turned out really cute. I ended up using this chandelier, which is really cute, but I realized when I was taking screenshots of it that it clips into the ceiling when you're in tab mode, which is really annoying and weird. I also saw that when you use tall or medium walls, that chandelier just floats, like where the short wall height ceiling is. It won't go up to the tall or medium wall height ceiling. I don't know if that's intentional and it's meant to be floating like magic or whatever, but I found it pretty strange. I found it strange. I won't lie. I hope that they address that. Let us know if that was on purpose or not. The Freezer Bunny plushie, as well as that little picture frame, are so adorable. Don't even, like, get me started. I think there's a lot of good clutter in this pack. I really loved using that little forest creature bin that we got in the infant update. I think it turned out really cute. And these little mushroom shelves as night tables, chef's kiss. Get it? Because they're mushrooms. So pretty much all we have left to do is placing some clutter around, trying to use the rest of my money to get some activities down, get some fun clutter, all of that stuff. I don't have very much money left, so certainly I can't add too much more, right? But I am pretty pleased with how this build turned out. I think it ended up really homey, really cute. To be honest, I ended up using the inside of this build not very often, especially when it comes to the bedrooms and the living room, especially the living room. I never used that, because what use do I have for my Sims to sit down on a couch? Like, it was more for decoration than anything else. So that's something to think of. But at this point, I am pretty much just trying to figure out what clutter I can afford and how to make the house look just a little bit more polished. I do really like where it ended up. I love that base game flower vase. I think it's so pretty. I used to never use it, but at some point, I don't know, something in my brain chemistry fundamentally altered, and now I love it. I think the kitchen clutter turned out really well on a budget. I cluttered the mushroom shelves. So cute. Not to toot my own horn. Took a bit of alt placing to get it right, but I liked looking at it whenever my Sims were in the kitchen, which, like I said, it wasn't that often, but it was worth it. I just have to add a couple more things. I am taking away a few more items to save some simoleons, and because they were technically career unlocks that I had because I had my Sims parents in the house with them and I was giving them careers and stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the voiceover right here and let you enjoy these screenshots. I love how the house turned out. I think it's so cute. I really enjoyed playing in it as well. Let me know what you think and what your favorite room is and what items from the pack stand out to you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.